Oh, brilliant. You are fantastic. And what a great way to open this video, because it's these lovely people here, thank you, Archon, who actually brought me here, because you have to go through their little village, the houses, to locate this temple, which is called Char. The kids always follow you around. As you can see, they've built a convenient little shrine so they can continue their worshipping. And here is Char. Isn't this fantastic? There's no marker stone for me to point at, as is my tradition. If you want to see the regular temples, you can do that. But it's these kind of forgotten ones that I want to explore. And we've got a trilogy again. We've got 3 in a row here. And it's very nice because this is elevated upwards, which is... well, it should be. We're in monsoon season now, so it has to be for its own preservation through time. But as you can see, this one has suffered a bit. And what is really interesting, we've got some enormous blocks of stone here that are laying around. And as always, this huge lumps of ornate carving, which leads me to believe there was a nice big gateway or something here. To bring the worshippers forward, impress them with the grandiose entrance, and then the trilogy of the 3 temples. So let's start with our chum here, over on the left, and see what we can find. Right, and as we clamber up, we can see, he's been knocked around by the ravages of time a bit. We've still got the lovely ornate carvings on his left-hand side. His right-hand side somewhat depleted. And as we look inside, we can see something very interesting. What the blinking hell's that then? There's a big stone in the way, but there seems to be 2 of these square holes, which would have held, I would imagine, a linga, which is a penis. They're into worshipping the jolly old stone penises. So that would be my guess. I couldn't say, but there could be something else. And notice those little ornate square holes, which would have been used to marry, another piece of stone to keep it firm. So it's incredible. All this stuff, no cement, it has to stay up, with some jolly good old engineering. Now let's spy through here as we just look to our right, and we'll look at his brother, the central one that's there in the middle. Let's see what lays over there. And here we are at the central one, and this reminds me of a Stargate or something that one might see in a... You have to be careful, because it's all a bit slippery. One might see in a sci-fi epic. Because, yet again, we have this beautifully inscribed religious text on the walls. And take a moment to look at that. It is so intricate. It is amazing. That some gentleman, would be my guess, has inscribed. I couldn't do that with pen and paper. I mean, that is real skill. And it just shows you the detail these things were built to. And unfortunately, the back wall's missing here, but it does give us the opportunity to look through the back. And we can see the clearing as we cast our gaze over to our 3rd and final target, which looks to me to be the most complete. So there he is. There's the 3rd and final one. Let's go and have a goosey gander. And on the outside of these ones, they are a little different. I'm not at the 3rd one yet, but moving over to the 3rd, we see these nice ornate steps. These ones were built higher up, and it's probably just because we're on a floodplain or alike. So here we are at number 3. As we can see, his left wall has come down. That may be due to Mr. Tree and his roots, but as we Scooby-Doo round to the... Oh, golly go. No, hold on. Right. You know I'm going to fall over in one of these videos one day. You just know it. Right, okay, I have to be very careful, because there's literally, look, there's nothing behind me. You can't really see, but it just goes straight down, and that would hurt. Right, and then number 3, we have wall. We have quite a lot of wall. This is the side to be on if you want to keep away from the subsidence by the looks. And look at this. Up and up and up it goes. That is a mighty wall, is it not? I mean, a lovely drop of greenery at the top. It's got an awful crack of separation going down the middle there. But he's still holding it together. But unfortunately, no one's come to his aid. So it's only a matter of time before he goes the same way as his 2 brethren that we've already met. Right, we're on the left-hand side here. Sorry, right-hand side from the opening shot. And as we can wander through the glade here, we just cast our eye over to the right. This is what surrounds all these temples: rice fields and more rice fields. But what I've discovered is something very interesting over here. Let's take a moment just to do this with some care and caution, not to get carried away with my enthusiasm. Isn't this fantastic? This really is fantastic. But I found something I've never seen before, and it's laying on the floor directly at my feet. So let me scoop round here, and here it is. Look. Now these, I called them on the last video, minarets or something. These are the peak bits, the details that go on top of the spires. And just wow, look at this. That's got to be a facsimile of the temples themselves. You see, with a little doorway here. You can see how big it is. I should have done this before. With a little doorway and, you know, the little roof, and then the second doorway here, you see, and there's a pillar over here, you see, and it's a facsimile that would have been way up in the sky that nobody would have ever seen. And there's another one here, and look at that. Isn't that incredible? Covered with like gorgeous lichen and moss that's only awarded to you when you've been laying around doing absolutely nothing for years. Isn't that fantastic? And I'll just put my finger out again so you can get an idea as to size. Look, it's so tiny, isn't it? But these would have been way up in the sky and nobody would have ever seen them, ever. But we can, unfortunately, through its demise, but we can appreciate it. And it just again amplifies the detail they went into in doing these things properly and doing them well. And that is my wow on this temple. I just think that is absolutely fascinating. That is superb, isn't it? So another temple, again, away from the regular temples, not on the maps. No tourists would come here. And I very, very much hope you enjoy another quick 10-minute adventure in the jungle with myself. You are fantastic. Au contraire. Thank you, thank you.